have fun. I'm going to teach you a little bit about myself. My name is Connor McGrath. I am 28 years old, almost 29 years old. I live in the Deering Center neighborhood of Portland, Maine. Yeah. And I have Asperger syndrome, which is on the autistic spectrum. Recently, after a show, another comedian told me, Connor, you should never open up with your joke about having Asperger syndrome because it makes audiences feel awkward and uncomfortable. And I told him, you know what feels awkward and uncomfortable? Having Asperger syndrome.
I don't think it's a disability. It's just kind of like it's like being left-handed. It's a different way of looking at the world, and I think it works out well for stand-up comedy because stand-up comedy is all about not getting social cues and kind of misinterpreting, just some of the everyday interactions in life. It was difficult in middle school and high school. I felt awkward in college. Really college, it was like early 20s, but I think I've gotten to a space in life where it's like, I am who I am and this is what I do and you can take it or leave it. There was a period in time when I didn't mention it at all when I did stand-up comedy. I was like, I don't really want to be known as the Aspergers comedian, and I still don't want to be known as just that.
People have questions sometimes after shows about Asperger syndrome. They like to ask me, Connor, are you a savant? Are you a genius? Do you know a lot about the Euro-rail, the train system of Europe? Do you know everything that there is to know about the International Court of Law at The Hague in the Netherlands? Do you know about Mozart and Brahms and classical composers of yesteryear? And I know more about Greyhound bus lines, who is in every intercontinental title match at every WWE WrestleMania, and the Insane Clown Posse. I have what you call low-class, high-functioning autism.
My favorite comedy is the one where there's truth in it, and it's a reflection of who the performer is as a person. And I think, the more of yourself that you show in your comedy is the more people relate to you. They have something to latch onto.
If anybody's looking for a good book about Asperger syndrome out there, I would recommend an Australian children's book by Kathy Hoopman called All Cats Have Asperger Syndrome, which compares people with Asperger syndrome to house cats.
It also one of the things that's happened in the last few years since I've started telling Asperger's jokes is other people on the spectrum come up to me after shows, or people, with other learning disabilities and stuff like that come up to me after the shows, and they're really inspired by it, and that's helpful too. So it's like if I can, make people feel inspired as well as laugh, that's great. It's like another level. It's not just about comedy. I like making people laugh. I like entertaining people. I like being a positive person and, making people feel good about themselves, and hopefully I can make people laugh for, 5 to 15 minutes, make them forget about the ways of the world, but also, also make them maybe think a little bit. I don't want to just be, fluff.
Hey, my name's Connor McGrath. I'll see you next week.
Connor McGrath! House Comic, he's here every Thursday. We have one